the fourth little film of our Indian Railway adventure in 2013, shows some images of our trip from Darjeeling by road via Kurseong, following the route of the railway for a period of time at least, and making our way back to Siliguri, which had been our start point, and then on again to the airport at Badogra, and from there we flew to Delhi. From the comparative peace of the countryside back into the hurly-burly of the main street in Siliguri as we make our way to Badogra airport. In a few moments, stopovers such as this, and do a little bit of shopping. All India passes by. Heavy lorries on the one hand, rickshaws and adapted push bikes on the other, and just about every means of conveyance in between. Such is India. And here we are, the welcoming face of the Lalit Hotel in Delhi, and the opulence of the reception foyer. Really spectacular. High ceilings, wonderful decor, and interesting artifacts and sculptures. Much to catch the eye. And then the following morning, bright and early, it was off to our departure station in Delhi, which is a busy suburban station, not the main station, but the through traffic was very significant. And this was where our steam special to Rewari shed would depart. It took a very, very long time to get up steam. And we were there for some time, which perhaps added to the variety of the film and pictures that we were able to take. I don't think anybody was particularly concerned about the delay. Our steam locomotive for this trip is the same locomotive that we had in March last year, a WP class loco, one of the largest locomotives on Indian railways, number 7161. I've already referred to the fact that we had significant steaming problems with this locomotive, both in getting up steam and maintaining steam during the trip. In fact, at one point the locomotive stopped on the main line and the crew were obliged to drop the fire onto the track to avoid further problems. We were assisted by a diesel from the rear for most of the trip, and when the train reached Rewari, the diesel actually assumed control at the front of the train for the final lap of the trip, but we were not involved in that stage of the journey.
कुछ ही समय बाद प्लेटफॉर्म नंबर 1 पर आएगी।
रेल कार कितने नंबर पे लोगे? रेल कार यहाँ मंडो जी भैया
दिल्ली से चलता है दुकान का टाइम है बनाने वाली 12
The coaches on this train are beautifully appointed, and the backs of the seats have insignia of the railway company on them. It wasn't a charter specifically for our use, but it was a relatively lightly loaded train. Back now to the locomotive as the crew continue to struggle in the task of raising sufficient steam.
Well, you've got it on
पकड़ भैया आग पकड़ी का कोई लेने कुछ भी नहीं अच्छा पड़ा हुआ
थोड़े कमी पैसे
पूरा होगा जो
और क्या हाल है
आधा घंटा समझो अभी आधा घंटे बाद हो गए अभी रुक जाएंगे ना अभी जो सर्वों को कंट्री में पूछेगा ना
This diesel locomotive brought with it quite a surprise, but I was wrong in my surmise that rescue was at hand.
Towing a steam engine. Our replacement for this one, I expect.
Correct that the diesel was towing a steam locomotive, number 22907, which we had in fact seen at Rewari in March last year. And here's another image to prove the point. Anyway, back to today's proceedings. as semaphore signals bar the way for our steam locomotive as she continues to build up steam. The product of a more modern era arrives on a domestic service on the platform the other side of the line there. We are underway, rolling quietly down the platform past a static train, a rather old rolling stock there, and out into the urban suburbs of New Delhi, giving some indication of the way of life in this part of the city. The urban sprawl does finally give way to a more rural background, but one is left with an impression of folk enduring a rather harsh existence in this part of India.
If it wasn't nostalgia.
You remember the steam trains, of course.
This is his first train journey.
Is it?
Look at that.
Under the bridge.
Are you going to announce everything, me? Yes. You will see people doing body also. Thank God for that. You will still find someone late. Hungover.
I was sharing my compartment at the rear of the train with a young Indian businessman and his family. The little lad was experiencing his first train ride, apparently.
Still is better than sitting in front.
It's quite nice area because all the curtains are open, all the windows are open. Going back to it. I will.
Good shot.
Use that as a prime lens. So most of the time, all the time I'm using that.
One of Delhi's suburban stations and another heavily loaded passenger train.
I was cycling out. GPS now. Yeah, see. Ready?
Thank you, Amit.
It's a very linear way of moving, so it gives you that different feel. It gives you a more I don't mind this kind there. I don't like that at all. Like that.
Space-wise, this is better. But when you first climbed it, that's what you saw.
I knew about that, but I actually, then we have to go to the other one, the ferry. That is a dining hall, like a restaurant. And those are dining hall. We'll save money and go on there.
I had no idea about that. Oh my god.
Okay, I'll take a money.
Now you're giving at the phone.
Then I get team at night. Mines. Right behind that train is a town with six seaters so far, with curtains and a three-side open. Not better. What do I see?
Well, that's the payoff, isn't it? I mean, you pay good money to be on the train.
Yeah.
But you don't get the full effect of the boom.
No, that's right. That's a big difference.
I'm going to go find an empty window, Mark.
We're going to what?
Go find an empty window.
We can use this one.
Going back here.
Right.
Oh yeah. New crossing. I think that's animal. Yeah. No? I think so. What, you are from some magazine or?
First, how is the hobby?
Street pic?
No, just for
Photography as at large. You are in the right place to photograph steam trains.
This is beautiful. I had no idea. My wife found it googling about 2 days ago.
Acha, that's good.
Booked it.
That's good.
Sounds like nice Saturday. Go come back on Sunday or something.
Then you might not regret coming over to Shimla to see a beautiful narrow gauge steam.
I know, I've seen. I've been there. I'm actually my hobby is also motorcycling. So I've motorcycled pretty much all around the country.
Yeah, but you must have
I've
not
gone the
seen.
I've seen the toy train also.
But we are having a toy train in steam train, pulled by a
Acha.
steam train. And the beauty is it coming out of tunnels and you know that line. So
Yeah.
that's
अभी
what
तो
we
टॉय
are,
ट्रेन एज अ किड तो तब स्टीम होता था शुरू बचपन में
maybe
तभी
before 1990 it was steam.
then I've been on a steam. I
Didn't click then? No.
This gentleman is in your business, Amit.
Well, he's photographing everything. He loves photography.
No, you know him, do you? He organises events and things.
He organized events and all.
Large format. We did like Olympic coach really.
Oh, wow.
Interesting variety of freight carriers.
Yeah,
I'm into travel.
Car carriers, tankers.
Hello,
It has
friend
to
of
go
mine
on in the
who
back, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, they can if they have the manpower.
Yeah. The low wages, of course.
Oh, of
some
course.
photographers also who have got into travel.
Oh, yes.
Friend of mine Mohit Midda.
What company is that?
I hate cities. I hate cities.com.
No.
Then a friend of mine who started a
Pathak ji.
नहीं नॉट पुशिंग आगे वाला चल रहा है ये इंजन और रेवाड़ी चल रहा है
आवाज तो नहीं आ रही.
अरे नहीं आप देखो आवाज है ये यहाँ से पता लगता है हाँ यहाँ नहीं नॉट पुशिंग यार रेवाड़ी को उतर दे भाई नॉट पुशिंग रेवाड़ी में गायब हो जाएगा ये रेवाड़ी कट जाएगा व्यू मिल जाएगा गुड न्यूज़ हमें फोटोग्राफ पे आ गया अच्छा फोटोग्राफर ये मनोज के बड़े साले का क्या नाम है मनोज मामा का साला है बड़ा उसका नाम sometimes if you're lucky you can get migratory birds here सही है जी मैं सही बता रहा हूँ इस गाड़ी को हम चलाते हैं ना इसमें जो कोयला लगता है ना इसका किराया कोयले का 35 स्टाफ चलता है इस पर और इंजन तो बाहर में गया इसमें तो बाहर में बहुत सस्ता है बहुत सस्ता है ले जाएंगे घुमाएंगे आपको ठहराएंगे वो तो बहुत पुराने ही पुराना है ना बहुत पुराना वो तो बहुत 100 साल से 110-15 साल पुराना 1833 कौन चल रहा है ये मारुति के पीछे होगा ना अच्छा वो कंटेनर गाड़ी आ गई काफी तेज है वही भी देख रहा था मैंने ना पढ़ा था
Water towers from the steam area on the platform there, but they also provide a supply of water for the local populace from drinking and water gathering facilities on the platforms.
इसलिए हमने ट्रायल करी थी पीछे अभी चालू तो बड़ा है अकबर है ये तो अब ये ऐसे कितने हैं हमारे पास 5 इंजन पड़े बट ब्रॉड गेज के 4 हैं नैरो गेज वो वहीं खड़े रहते हैं मेरे गेज कहाँ खड़े साइड में खड़े रेवाड़ी साइड तो जो फिर वो पहाड़ों के लिए होते हैं ना वो तो नहीं अब लाइन ही मिली यहाँ तो हमारे रोड में कौन सी रोड में लाइन किस रोड में है लाइन अभी ईस्टर्न साउथ में है ईस्टर्न में है इसका भी राजस्थान में थोड़ी सी है अब वहाँ ले कैसे आएंगे यहाँ तो रोड गए की है ना और बरेली की साइड में है half an hour more and this is going to go off.
Well done.
Rewari is going to come soon. Actually, the original engine of this has been changed.
Has it?
That's coming next month.
Ah, right.
That's called the Fairy Queen.
Oh, yes. We've been on the Fairy Queen.
You've been on this train before?
Yes.
this is the enforced stop that I referred to earlier. The locomotive there, or the locomotive crew, are dropping the fire, presumably to overcome some difficulties on the footplate. The various railway staff members travelling on the train seem to have satisfied themselves that the engine was still intact and do their best to jump back on the train before it pulls away. The guards just approaching, so I guess they're pretty safe. Safely underway again under control of the green flag.
You don't do this to him, no? That's why he's mad.
This is one of the several intermediate stations on the line, an opportunity to stretch our legs and see what's what, and for the locals to have a look at this quaint steam engine, which is becoming a very rare sight on the Indian Railway main line. Underway again, and the smooth rumble of the diesel, which is travelling at our rear, assisting the engine. I guess that's a precaution given that we had problems at the start of the journey. The last thing that Indian Railways want is a real hold up on this very busy main line. So the diesel running behind is tending to muffle the sounds of the steam locomotive at the front of the train. Herded there at the side of the track must be a constant menace on a line such as this, both to the cattle and to the safe operation of the train. View there of the diesel, which is performing the cranking operation whilst we wait for this train to arrive in the other direction. Civil engineering there, bridge construction over the line as we make our approach to our destination, Rewari station. A station of contrasts and excitement and danger. At least that's my view.
Hello.
I reckon this must be a signalling centre of some sort.
5, 6, 7, 8, 12 dozen tracks. Look at that lineup of locomotives.
Oh wow!
Plus a donkey. Don't worry about the delay, that wasn't a problem, that was fun.
Thanks, Andrew.
And here we are on Rewari station. Our steam engine was a focus of interest for the local populace, and the station itself was a focus of interest for us. The passenger train coming in a few moments on the other line was beyond description. At least the goings on the roof of the train as it came in, but we shall see that in a few moments.
Hello.
Meanwhile, we'll watch the people watching us, watching our locomotive. Just a still image of the hectic proceedings. I thought these brightly coloured young ladies, or perhaps I should say these young ladies with brightly coloured dresses, were very photogenic, so I took the opportunity, and they seemed unconcerned about the attention that I was paying them. And there's a rather older lady disappearing in the other direction, but equally brightly coloured. The crowded arrival platform on the other side of the tracks there bears witness to the impending arrival of another train. So people start crossing the tracks to take up their positions, and the train should be with us ere long. But my mind still boggles at what went on with that train.
जुगाड़ देख के आया किसी
Sorry, wrong way. There we are. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Excuse me. This camera, how much price? Because I'm a short movie maker.
Come up here, you will see. Recording that young man at the moment. It's good quality, it's high definition, it's good. I've only just bought it about,
As you may have picked up from the soundtrack,
9
my
months ago.
camera
This
was
year,
creating
earlier
a
this
certain
year.
amount of interest amongst the locals.
I'm very pleased with it because it records, it doesn't record on tape, it records on a card, you know, a CF card. And that's tape gets corrupt sometimes, twisted. Thank you.
Well, here comes the passenger train to which I've been referring. All aboard the Suicide Express. These are just a few still images of the train as more and more people struggle on board and hang on to the sides. What amazes me is this train in a short while will be doing 60 miles an hour on the main line, and these people are in the centre of the track, the 6-foot way. I don't know. These two interested lads are in a much safer place, as is this young lady as she makes her way down the platform. The diesel now is being joined to the front of the locomotive, and presumably that will escort the train from that position for the rest of its journey down the line. About a further 12 miles, I think, to its ultimate destination. Still they climb on board. Conditions are pretty cramped on these long distance trains, particularly in the standard class accommodation. There are no windows, of course, no glazed windows, so there's plenty of fresh air, but that's about all. Well, having spent so much time filming on the station, I proceeded to lose the rest of the group, apart from Edith, and we wandered around for quite some while trying to find somebody who spoke English. In the end, my nose took me back to the station and I found the correct route to the Rewari shed. But even that was an interesting experience and a further opportunity to see more of the locals. But we finally reached the shed, and here we can have a look round. Some of the engines in steam, and certainly an improvement on what we saw 18 months ago in the condition of the engines, the general tidiness of things, and it was gratifying to see. This is the condition 18 months ago of the Vulcan Foundries built locomotive, and here she is now, coupled with her tender and in light steam. So a deal of progress has been made during that period. And this is the rear view of the engine shed, the locomotive we were just looking at, standing outside to the left. And now a very brief visit to the little museum stroke exhibition room there at Rewari shed. It's a wonderful piece of work, that model. Some archive photographs mounted on the wall, and the circular emblems above are emblems of the old railway companies, Indian railway companies, and there's some close-ups of those in a moment or two. Locomotives on shed, locomotives in Rewari shed, and so it goes on. Splendid archive pieces. And here are the insignia of the various railway companies. The names are very clearly on those insignia. Quite clearly this had been a very prominent establishment at one time, and as we walked down the entrance road, the approach road to the shed, we took the opportunity to film the people and their animals, those two splendid young ladies, and a little group of people came out of their house, one of the large houses, which have obviously been taken over by the locals. They were very keen indeed to be the centre of attraction for a few brief moments, and so we took that opportunity. And this is the little family assembled, complete with their goat, several generations I should think. And even a barber shop, al fresco. Local folk waiting and indeed working on the platform when we arrived. And then in the background, a very familiar sight. This was the locomotive which had been towed in, dead engine, into our Delhi departure station, and here it was parked at Rewari, so that was obviously its normal place of storage. And Amit making the final arrangements with the railway guard. And then back in Delhi, just enough light to take these two images of a Darjeeling Class B loco on a plinth outside the Indian Railway headquarters in Delhi. And that brings our little film to an end.